What's up, guys? Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review. Today, doing another VOD review from the Dark Star Cup, but from the APAC Cup. So this lobby is super stacked here. Midfeed Kian, Maladjust, Hwanmei, Binbin, Koyui, Diaomei, and Kade here. Very stacked final lobby with a nice mix of different regional players. This is how this cup works, is that it is mixed up all of the regions here. And we are watching main broadcast. But we're specifically watching the Korean main broadcast because I want to focus in on this player here, Maladjust here. This player is in check here in Game 5, so if they win this game, it is the end of the tournament for everybody. This was just a really cool tech, something that I've literally never seen, which it's so cool to see, this far into the set, new techs like these. Either, I mean, for me, it's discovered. For Maladjust, maybe this was a tech that they had in their back pocket or something and ended up figuring out. But first augment here, gold augment here, a lot of crazy stuff being thrown around here. Koyui ends up taking, branching out here and gets Dark Star Spat, which is obviously kind of insane. You never feel bad about that. But Maladjust also takes Spreading Roots here and gets Arbiter Nova. Now, I think a lot of players, when they see this, would just insta-reforge one or maybe both of these. Been like, Arbiter Spat, what can you do? You can do this, like, Talon HP stacking thing. We have no Talons. Is it even good? Like what are we going to do with this? But we slam the Arbiter Spat here, and we do get, this is every 10 instances of damage, and this is gain 10 mana here. So they do have the option to take this, and that is what they take. Every 10 instances of damage, you gain 10 mana. Now, normally, this one is like, it's fine. It goes decently well on Zoe because, she's bouncing her thing all around and doing a lot of damage. That's not actually the idea that we're going for here. And there have been a lot of different techs kind of thrown around by people of like, oh, if you have the Echoes artifact, the one that makes you do damage over time, that synergizes really well with it. As far as I know, they hotfix, I believe they hotfix removed that from the game and then might have put it back into the game. There was not a lot of communication about that. Similar to the one where you could double stack Arbiters on this patch, which they accidentally put into the game and then ended up removing. So it's a little bit confusing, but the tech that we're going to go for here is a tech that works just naturally. You don't need any artifact. You don't need anything. You just need this Arbiter Spat plus the effect where it's every 10 instances of damage generate some mana. So I guess you guys can think about for a little while. I mean, you guys know what unit's in the thumbnail. So I mean, it's a little bit obvious, but we can look at Maladjust's early game here and just see for now. We are playing around this Veigar, great holder of this as well. He does, once you get Meeple in, have a bunch of little instances of damage as well. So we are actually going to get up to a little bit of an almost streak, but we did lose our streak. We lost on 2-2, so a little bit unfortunate. We have Adaptive Helm Slammed, is just a good item slam here. That's Cosmic Hex or Giant's Belt here. I wonder if Maladjust would ever go for just the Cosmic Hex here and just start stacking up this guy here, or you can just take Giant's Belt here, which looks like what the huge majority of players are taking. Yeah, I think only one player here, Kian, ended up taking the Cosmic Hex, just because you need a unit that you want to stack up early right now. No, it does look like Maladjust, yeah, did take the Cosmic Hex as well here, so we'll have the opportunity, if we want to start stacking up that Leona and just probably end up throwing her into the middle hex and start stacking her up. Yeah, I mean, I think it totally makes sense for a board like this where we are committed actually to playing around the Leona the entire game. Probably not going to go for any kind of Leona 3, but hey, a random Leona 2 with a bunch of HP stacked onto her can't be bad. And hey, maybe down the line we get some other units to reroll and play around that we can go for. So yeah, we are stacking up this Leona here, still just chilling on that Meeple board here, checking in with Koyui here with this 4 Dark Star. Oh my god, it's just so gross on a 4 streak. I mean, the easiest 4 streak of all time for a Dark Star is just so broken early. And really rough, actually. This is Kade's spot. Warpath 2 loss streak is not what you want to be seeing. He has the upgraded Mordekaiser, but just, I mean, honestly, his board looks really good, but he probably rotated into that insane Dark Star board. And then I don't know who else he rotated into and lost, but hey, I mean, it happens. He can't win streak. He can't full win streak every game here, and it is going to be the 5 streak there for that board here. Then Maladjust just ends up getting in the Replicator here for the Veigar, get him casting. The more you can get him casting, the more instances of damage, the more that you can get him stacking up that mana, just going boom, especially with the Adaptive Helm, which actually is a really cool slam with that because it multiplies the mana that you're getting back from Arbiter as well. So it allows you to get a little bit more mana back there. Kian here is just rolling it down, looking for this Lysandre plus Joseph Gath comp. Just rolls to 50 gold, doesn't want to roll a lot deeper than that. Still pretty far from everything. It's kind of unfortunate, honestly. Also, look at this board from Binbin here. Just already, oh my god. Use the advanced loan. Already level 7 here with 3 Timebreaker in. I mean, this might just be a fast 9 off of just Giga Econ Advanced Loan. Okay, so we got to keep an eye on Binbin as well here, because Binbin, yeah, really, I imagine, I mean, you could just go straight to 9 from this spot, it seems. Second gold augment here. A lot of interesting options. We are seeing Maladjust spot here, and we do have Earth as an option, which is really tempting in spots like this, because you already have the 2 spats made already, and so you get a lot of value out of then multiplying those with the effect of the Earth, where you get the extra stats onto it, and we do end up picking that up there. That will also allow us to, if we want to, we could even make another Arbiter spat. I don't know how valuable it is, just because you know, there's no like super high vertical of Arbiter that you can play. It almost makes me sad. I'd love it if you could get up to like 5 Arbiter or something and just get like insane amount of stats from it. I think that'd be cool, but maybe Riot thought that would be a little too OP. So hey, fair enough here. Mid-feed, a pretty good spot here. Kian just rolling it down now on level 5, looking for everything really close. But yeah, I'm pretty surprised we don't opt to commit to rolling deeper here, just because we're on a 7 loss. Spot does not look amazing to me. You really would like to be winning these fights, getting Cho stacked up. I mean, if you're going to take Econ Augment first for this comp, I feel like you do need to be hitting on this line. We'll see what placement Kian ends up going. This is obviously a line where you do also, you want to hit your board, but you also want to be able to push levels and reach your 6 Dark Star, but I don't know if they're reaching anything there. All right, that is probably attack speed Hex, which seems decent enough, or you can just take the Giant Spell for most people. I do think for people like Maladjust, once you start taking 1 Hex, it becomes more tempting to take more Hexes, so you can get that multiplied value when you go for the Yasuo boon later, so definitely something that I could see us going for here. We do pick up the acceleration Hex here, and we are going to roll it down one up. I mean, at some point you got to break 50 gold, right? I think the answer is not yet, but okay. Maladjust does have this extra spat here, has this board in now, so it's pivoted into a little bit of like a shepherd board here, and is also starting to stack up the Alawi here. Wants to go for very potentially Alawi 3 here. You also see we're on a pretty big loss streak. We're sacking a lot of this stage, just making as much econ as possible, and really just saying, I don't care that much about my board. I mean, I'm trying to build my strongest board here, but we're really not making insane value, insanely good usage of this, this spatula for now. Kian rolls down, finds Lysandre. In my head, this is just too little too late. I mean, it just seems horrible here. Do pick up the Shmeep 2. Oh, actually, we opt to not build Meep 2 here for some reason. Kind of interesting. I mean, I guess just saying, we actually would like the 6 loss here. We're only 45 HP. It's not high, but it's not the lowest in the world here. And so if we could actually take like a good loss here, it'd be really good for our econ, especially because pre-leveled up to 7 here, we have a pretty expensive comp in mind here. And we do take what is hopefully going to be our last loss for a while there, and reach level 7 here. So yeah, just looking around the rest of the board here. But yeah, here we go. We're going to look at Maladjust board, and this is the idea. I know, I mean, I probably spoiled it with the thumbnail, but the idea is Channeler Miss Fortune here. She does a lot of instances of damage here. You can see just pew, 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 and she essentially insta-casts off of this because she's doing so many instances of damage. She's just giving herself a disgusting amount of mana back. And so this is our idea, is we're actually going to play around Arbiter Miss Fortune with this setup. Now, I imagine you really want to get to an IE here as well. Deathblade also sounds really tempting. I really wish we went back to Maladjust here so I can see the items that we end up making there. Okay, we do end up making IE Guardbreaker, so no AD onto this MF, but a lot of crit and a lot of damage here. And you can just see, look at this MF. Perma firing. I mean, that's an ASOL board from Hwanmei. We clear him. We just absolutely destroy him with this Miss Fortune. Just because, I mean, an MF that is just permacasting tends to be pretty good. Tends to be not bad at all here. Last augment for everybody here. Really want to see what Maladjust ends up taking there on the bottom right. It'll pop up right when he takes it here. Gilded Steel, pretty good for this player here. But show me Maladjust. He ends up taking, oh, wow. He ends up taking Ascension as his last augment here. It's pretty surprising. I guess the idea is we're going to be permacasting anyway, and it's going to take a little while to get to that first cast, and then the Ascension is really going to take over for the future casts. We can also just take a peek at the board here. We're playing almost a similar board to like the Victor Miss Fortune board that a lot of people play, Victor MF, and then you fit Ornn in as a main tank. You can get Nova in pretty easily with Atrox. But instead of that slot that's usually dedicated to Victor, we're playing Zoe, which makes a lot of sense. Usually you're end up playing Brawler on that board, but we're not playing Brawler here. We're actually just playing a 3 Vanguard setup here for now, which is a little funny. But hey, we'll get there. And I mean, to be fair, you get in another Conduit, which is really nice with the Mordekaiser. So not even the worst, honestly. But yeah, we're going to see this Dark Star board here, which has reached 6 Dark Star, has the Dark Star Ribbon. Beautiful. I mean, this spot is so disgusting, actually. 38 gold here on a 13 win streak. I mean, what can you say? And look at this. Maladjust, remember, took that big loss streak here, but now we're on a 3 streak. We're winning every single fight here. I don't actually know which blessing that is. It has a 3 in it. I'll translate this one. It's 3 mana generation. I believe Maladjust, I did not see a backline hex there. You could, it doesn't really do anything on. I mean, actually, you should just take the frontline one for sure, right? I guess we'll see. But like, what does mana generation do on a unit that is? I mean, the only nice thing is we'll help her get to her first cast a little bit faster. We'll see what we do. No, I want to see Maladjust for it, please. I mean, you should be rooting for this guy, Korean casters. I mean, but it's fine. They want to, you know, show all the different POVs here, which is very, very cool and very honorable. We did end up taking it here. So yeah, we do want to use it as some extra mana gen to the Miss Fortune. You can also see we are very close to hitting the entire board here, but we're also getting very, very broke here. Yeah, just a few pieces off of everything. And we are finally going to take a loss against this Giga Dark Star board. Our front line is just underwhelming, right? We really need to find this Ornn 3 so that we have enough front line to buy time for us to get that first cast off and just enough time for the Miss Fortune to do her work, right? I mean, she is perma-casting and doing an insane amount of damage, but she needs time to just keep shooting, especially because we did take Ascension, right? Really need the time for the Ascension to end up proccing so that she can clear the entire board here. But all right, let's see. Kian here, 1 HP. This spot, I mean, we talked about it earlier. This spot looked absolutely horrible. I do not know how he did not, I mean, one, just roll it deeper earlier, and 2, he just didn't even like try. Honestly, I don't know. That's a weird spot for him, but it is just going to be an 8th there, which very unfortunate actually. And Maladjust is going to take another loss down to 11 HP. Really needs to find this 3-star. Needs to find 3-star Miss Fortune so that we can get there. We can see him rolling. You can see his gold going down. He's very, very close. 8 out of 9. Oh my god, he does hit the MF here. 1 off of the Ornn as well. This would be such a big pickup. Also interesting that he's still scaling up the Alawi here and does find the Ornn on the last roll and just barely has enough gold to buy it. Oh my god, this is huge, huge, huge here. The other really nice thing is oh, and so he ended up making Vanguard Spat with his last spatula. Oh, this is such a cool idea. Yeah, 4 Vanguard with the Vanguard Spat onto the Ornn here. Ornn's going to Radiant item and have the Vanguard effect. The AP I don't think is that valuable on Ornn, but just having Ornn be a Vanguard is pretty cool here. And you can see he tanks very long against this very, very high damage board from Bin Bin. And then the MF just mows down the rest of the board. Oh, I mean, this board's just so cool to watch. It's such a cool idea. I think a lot of people, I think, kind of hate on Arbiter Spat because it's like, what do I do with this? I gotta find some specific Arbiter. And like a lot of players, I mean, I saw a very sad game from Wigwug in the NA tournament where he took branching out 3-2 or spreading roots 3-2 and got, it was Rogue plus Arbiter and just was never able to convert that because like how do you do that on 3-2, figure out a board to play, especially because he might not have been offered this the same Arbiter that Malad just got here. So it is a little bit of a crapshoot. You have to be able to find it, but if you can find it, I mean, isn't this just so cool? Like this MF just like mowing down the entire board, and he was actually able to make really good usage of the Nova Spat as well, playing around that Atrox. So then he gets Nova and he gets the extra damage amp from the Nova Spat. I mean, it's such a genius board. It fits together so nicely. And I mean, yeah, the main thing is can we wrap up the rest of the game here? 5-3 here. We'll see how much work that this board can do, what our level 8 looks like. I mean, this is a very strong Dark Star board, but once that Ascension procs, the MF just clears the entire board. It's just such good, consistent DPS. It should be relatively resistant to CC as well. Like if you get Nunu Balled, it shouldn't matter because she's just stuck in her cast the entire time. That Deathblade's so tempting, but you just need more tank items, right? I mean, I would love to take Deathblade here, but yeah, I don't think you can. And so yeah, he's just gonna do this, move Adaptive over to, I guess, the Alawi and go for the true tank items onto Ornn. This is a beautiful Ornn item setup. Gargoyle, so good on him. You just want HP, Arm, and MR on this guy, right? His ability is pretty mediocre, so moving the Adaptive makes a lot of sense. There's not much that he does with this ability. He's just a big he's just like, you can almost imagine that he doesn't have a spell. His spell is the fact that he turns his item into a radiant item. And so if you just ignore his spell, give him a really good radiant item, make him quite tanky, give him the Vanguard item so he's tankier. I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, I think. So yeah, we're going to continue to chill here. Almost top 4 locked in here, mid feed, rolling it down, just trying to upgrade this Master Yi board. Did not follow the guide of never playing Yi. This comp is, I hate this comp so much, especially because I don't want to talk about my Trials experience, but I had to play this Yi comp so many games, and God, I hate this Yi comp so much. It does a lot of good damage to the Ornn, but I mean, just not enough damage, and then the MF does clear, and it is going to be a 5th on the Yi. Not saying this comp sucks, but this comp sucks low-key. So now it's just Maladjust. You look at the right, it's Maladjust, and then 3 Chinese players, Huanmei, Koyui, and Diaomei here. So we will we'll see if we can close it out. There is a lot of scary stuff here. Once again, Maladjust is the only player in check in this lobby. It's kind of crazy because theoretically, as one of the few players in check here, the lobby should have griefed him to try to make it so that he can't hit any of his 3 stars. The thing is, I'm pretty sure most of the lobby had no clue what Maladjust was playing for this game, so they weren't able to grief him. Like, if the lobby doesn't know what the heck you're playing, then how are they supposed to grief you? We get the Rastin on this board, which is really big. This is a very scary Dark Star board here from Daomei here, but I mean, I think we should be totally fine here. Yep, completely clear this out. Another kill there. That's going to be top 3 at least locked in here, and we'll see if we can keep just Grim Reapering killing people. I will say that is a very scary board out of Koyui here. Remember, win streak the entire game, made it to level 10. Oh my God. Yeah, just went fast level 10 with this Giga Dark Star setup here. So we'll see. We're watching actually. Okay, yeah, I want to be watching Maladjust here. Rotate into Huanmei's board here, which is pretty good as well. Don't get our guy punched by the Blitz, which is really nice here. The Ornn is holding the line very, very well, and the MF is shooting everybody. So that is another win there for Maladjust. That should be Huanmei dead, right? Yep, and so that's Huanmei dead. And so now it's just us and Koyui. The only problem is Koyui's really strong and also has a lot of HP. So even if we're winning these fights, we need to win every single fight until like middle of stage 7. We need to win up until like Loki 7-2 here. But let's see if the board can do it. This legendary Miss Fortune board actually, wow, swaps this guy over to the left side here to try to get a nice sniper value onto the Jhin. Beautiful positioning. Is it enough though? The Ornn doing really good work. The MF doing a lot of work, but oh no, the Blitzcrank got to the backline and the board just has too much damage. So sadly, it is not a first for Maladjust. Dark Star just too strong, but I mean, was such a cool idea, such a beautifully executed, really interesting tech, one that I've never seen. And honestly, I'm gonna be like chasing this the entire set now, is just finding this Arbiter plus Arbiter Spat, being able to play this setup, which is just so cool. Sadly, it was not a win. How legendary would it have been if this had been the game that ended it? But Koyui just ended up with the God Spot, and you can't always beat the God Spot, but still absolutely cool game. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch, my Metafy, all my other links down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching as always. Bye-bye.